Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Della here with Della's Daughters Mentoring. Listen, today I'll be speaking on flawed, but God can still use you. We may have flaws, but you have to understand that God can still use you, okay? So, here you have you ever felt unworthy of God's calling because of your past mistakes or current weakness? If so, you're not alone. I was one who always thought that what can God do with me? Because I always felt like I had so many flaws. Like my forehead is big, or my nose is big, or my lips is big, or I just not feeling capable, or camera, ready, or so much. But understand that through your flawness, God can still use you. Over here, many of God's greatest servants in the Bible had flaws, yet he used them for his glory. Moses is a powerful example of how God can work through imperfect people to accomplish his plan. Over in Exodus chapter 4 verse 10, Moses tries to excuse himself from God's call by pointing out his inability to speak. So Moses was kind of like tongue-tied or just had problems with his speech, right? And so here goes Moses. Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. You see how we could just eliminate our own self because of the flaws that we see? But you have to understand that God makes no mistake. God makes no mistakes. And in verse 11, God responded, who gave human beings their mouth? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say. Isn't that beautiful, guys? You have God himself saying, listen, I'm here to back you up. You have nothing to be afraid of. All right? So let's get out of that habit of trying to eliminate our own self before even allowing God to do the exceedingly and abundantly in our lives. Because it's never us. It's never in our strength, guys. It's always going to be in God's strength. All right? So moving on. God reminded Moses that his power is not limited by human weakness. We have to understand that, guys. God's power is not limited to human weakness. Even before this moment, Moses he committed murder, killing an Egyptian, and fleeing to Midian in fear. You'll find that over in Exodus chapter 2, 11 through 15. Surely Moses thought such a past disqualified him from being used by God. Here we go again. It's like Moses is bringing up all kind of excuse. It seems like not to do the will of God. And that reminds me of Jonah. He didn't want to go tell the people that God is calling them to repent. He didn't want to. He didn't want to do the will of God. And we have to get out of that, folks. All right? We have to stop pushing back when God is calling us to do something. That's very, very dangerous to do. When God is calling us to do something, here I am, Lord. What do you need me to do? Here I am, God. Stop trying to, I don't have a babysitter. I can't go. I don't have the. We have to cut it out, guys. Time out for that. Okay? Because God is looking for people who's going to do what he asked them to do without the pushback. All right? No matter your flaws, no matter how bad you think your past is, like Moses here was bringing up, oh, I killed somebody before. Oh, I'm slow of speech. He was trying to get out of what God was calling him to do. And we have to be careful with that, guys. All right. So moving on. Excuse me. This story shows us that God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the call. God specializes in using flawed vessels to showcase his grace and power. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul writes, But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness, guys. All right? So let's get out of that of, I don't have this much money to do this, or I feel like I need a better car, or I need a better job, or I don't have. We have to get out of that. When God is calling you to do something, do it, okay? Be willing and ready, all right? Moving on. God can still use you. Your past does not define you, nor do your weakness disqualify you, guys. Like Moses, God is calling you to step into your purpose, flaws and all. Will you trust him, guys? Will you trust God today with your flaws and alls? Will you trust God to allow him to use you to get his purpose done here on earth? All right? So, I want you all to be encouraged today. No matter your flaws, trust me, I have flaws. I am not perfect. I don't get it right all the time. But my answer is yes. I say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. I say yes, Lord, yes, I will trust you and obey. When your spirit speaks to me, my whole heart will agree. Then my answer will be yes, Lord, yes. Will your answer be yes? Flaws and all, God is calling you, all right? Love you all with the love of Jesus, and until next video.